Okay, yeah, that was way too long of a first episode, just FYI. All the point. That's why I don't like putting all these cuts in them, because then I totally just forget. Like, I have a really good internal clock for how long these episodes should go, but every time you put a pause in, it like resets my clock, which is just stupid. But anyways, last episode, France got eliminated. India ended up blowing up a lot of Brazil. Then Teddy's coming over here and going for Brasilia instead of La Rochelle, which leads me to believe that maybe this is emergency. Yeah, it's a military emergency, so that's why he's going for Brasilia. Is he going to be able to take it? I don't know. 76 is a high garrison defense strength. He does have the Rough Riders, but you can see without any siege units, he's doing practically nothing. I think he could, if he had the right upgrades on the frigates. I mean, these Rough Riders are going to be pretty much indestructible right now. And he's got the tank, too. I mean, Teddy's just really good right now. But man, look at how much damage he took on that ship. So India has some range unit right now that's really strong. I mean, surely that's better than crossbows. That has to be machine gunners, right? To do that much damage? Oh, battleships. That's what it is. Okay. Never mind. I take everything back. He's going to be okay. Hey, because battleships have, what, 80? Range defense? Sorry, 70 range strength. Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculously powerful. Yeah, he's just wrecking them. Yeah, Teddy doesn't have new enough ships to really deal with that. If he had ironclads and, I mean, battleships, yeah. The artillery army, that would help. But man, I don't know. Rough Riders are what, 80? The core? Rough. It's 80, right? No, 77. It's close. So, it's gonna not do that much damage. You can see the walls. Especially against the army here. And now Teddy does have battleships, okay. If he sieges it down, he gets that artillery landed. I mean, there's a chance. But man, the AI is just so bad at naval invasions. Like, why are you attacking there? Land your tank and then attack. Come on, man. All right, modern era. Let's see. India, Teddy, Golden Ages, Dark Age, Brazil. So at this point, it really comes down to he's building the pyramids, which no one built yet. And I think he got Mount St. Michel. Now he switched off Mount St. Michel. 8 requests for Gandhi. I'd imagine this one's gonna fail, considering he's at war with the other 2 people. Oh my God, it passed. What are you doing? You're both at war with him. Who said yes? What the hell? Hey, we're at war with this guy, but you know what? Let's send him some money because I want diplomatic victory points. What the heck? Come on, AI. I don't expect much from you, but I expect slightly more than that. Just a little bit more. Also, Agra probably will flip at some point. There's actually not that much time left because we're only going to go to 300 here, and there's still quite a bit of territory left to take. What are our scores looking at? So 1,100. We said like 1,400. So yeah, I mean, we're kind of cruising to where we were thinking. Doesn't look like Teddy's going to be able to take Brasilia. Now they're popping out tanks over here in India. At this point, I'd rather just see Teddy grab La Rochelle. It would be worth a decent amount of points. And the thing is, any city he takes from Gandhi is exponentially good because it gives him more points, but then his closest competitor at this point also removes points. So Teddy's positioned himself pretty okay for this first round. He's about to get Cristo Redentor, which doesn't really directly help him, but you know, hey, it's era score, so there you go. If he throws a couple more cities out, which he's doing, although India's also coming over here. But yeah, I mean, Teddy's setting himself well, but Gandhi's definitely not out of it at all. Boston's also building the Machu Picchu. This is another early game wonder that just never got built. Did you end up finishing the pyramids? Yes, you did. You still never finished Mount St. Michel, though. You switched off of it to get the encampment, it looks like. But no one else can build Mount St. Michel, as far as we could tell. Yeah, there were really no other floodplains. So that's just basically 15 points he's missing out on. Dude, I actually like the water crashing against the That would actually make this game look so pretty if the water was actually moving. I mean, there's a little bit of movement, but like I'm talking like actually being able to see waves and stuff. I mean, that's pretty, but like, I don't know. I can't wait to see Civ 7. I think it's gonna be gorgeous. And I don't mind this art style at all. Now, there are some things I like about Old World, which we've been playing. Like, it's very easy to see the hills versus not hills in Old World, which, you know, kind of can see hills in this game, but it's a little difficult. But I overall kind of, I think, maybe like the slightly more cartoony graphics of this game. You know, I don't really know. That's probably not the best way to describe it, but I don't know. Old World just looks a lot like Civ 5, which is nice. And there's a lot, and I probably shouldn't really compare graphics of this game to Old World, simply since Old World's still in early access and there's a lot of texturing and stuff that isn't even done. Like the wonders are totally not done at all. And like the walls are just completely blank. So, you know, it's gonna change. It's gonna change. But like the level of detail on a lot of these buildings is actually tremendous. Because like, you know, they're docks and stuff, and like you can see the dolphins and the water parks and stuff like that. Like that stuff's just kind of crazy, and you don't really notice it unless you really zoom in. Which maybe begs the question, what if they did less details on that, and maybe did more details on something that was a little more noticeable when you're zoomed out? I don't know. I don't know how that would change it. I don't know enough about game design. Anyways, we're getting lost because, quite frankly, there's not a whole lot happening right now. La Rochelle's getting sieged. He has modern ATs going up against ATs. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm glad we're only going to turn 300. There's so few civs that it looks like we would easily have a victor, I think, by 315. I mean, right? He doesn't have any rocket sites yet, so maybe not. I don't know. I feel like death robots are not too far away when you get the modern AT. Although, isn't modern AT on the bottom path? In which case, then, yeah, we are still a little bit away. India looks like they're going to hold on still for the time being. Barbarian's still a settler. Looks like from Brazil, perhaps. Teddy is scouting out some more islands over here. He did put LA and Houston up over here on the northwest. Okay. Also, I got some... I talked about this a long time ago. I was like, what happens if they have too many cities? Apparently what happens is then they start just taking city names from other civs, which is rather interesting. I would love to see, like... Berlin or something from USA. Which with USA, I feel like you could just do things like New Berlin and it would totally make sense. Or, you know, New London. Like, take any name from any other civ and just put new in front of it. And it kind of makes sense because of how late game America was to the scenes. I also lost my other train of thought. I was about to say something else, but whatever. Teddy's still building wonders here. How's culture? We never really paid much attention. Oh, Teddy went cruising in culture. Same thing with Gandhi. Either of them close? Nah, not really. Not really. Diplomacy, Teddy's at 13. I wonder with a small or a tiny map in a small game, I wonder if it's easier to win or harder to win a diplomacy victory. Probably easier because, I mean, you would have less aid requests and stuff like that. But it would be easier to get the wonders that provide era score. It would also be easier to become suzerain and get points. I don't know. I mean, it's late enough in the game that, I don't know if we can really make an adequate pronouncement on that. Teddy's still trying for La Rochelle. This has been pretty much a permanent war. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 away. And you actually... Oh, you're getting shot by that encampment. Oh, that's a terrible placement, buddy. Like, he needs some balloons. Give me some balloons. City-state emergency against Teddy. I don't think Brazil will jump in on that. I think Brazil's pretty friendly with Teddy. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. India might say yes. Jerusalem was down here. That one might actually flip to Brazil at some point, depending. It did pass, so there's another reason India and Teddy are at war. Yep. I mean, they were already at war, so... I don't think India's gonna actually try taking it, so in the scheme of things, you probably shouldn't have accepted it, because it just gives him extra loyalty, and he'll get the benefits for winning as well. Teddy's still popping out the wonders, my gosh, dude. Yeah, Teddy, that actually might be why his culture is so high, because he built so many wonders. Also, what? Why? I mean, theoretically, he can canal here as well. And then this wouldn't be an absolutely terrible idea. I wanted to see, does he have his building yet? Yeah, he has the film studio. So he has everything he needs. I don't know if he has the planes, but that's kind of on him if he doesn't have the planes. Because he just didn't go the top tree. I mean, he already has modern ATs apparently. So, yeah, he could easily have his planes. So I don't think we need to go past 300. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to like, I'm going to take a picture, I think, with my phone will be the easiest, and then write down the scores. And we'll go from there. What's Brazil? How are they doing at this point? 810. See, that's not that bad. So they're only 400 behind Gandhi, which in the scheme of things isn't that big of a deal. Teddy has a pretty tremendous lead right now, but, like, others can still come back. God. I shouldn't say this, but people are totally going to be like, man, you just made this so Teddy would win. And be like, yeah, no, why would I do that? Because the funny thing is, I don't actually really enjoy playing as Teddy that much in this game. Like, I love America, but, like, America's not one of those... Like, I would rather actually play as Gandhi. Because war elephants are freaking fun. I'd rather do, like, a domination Gandhi game. Oh, there's his planes. So he definitely could have gotten his planes, because he has jet bombers. Brazil's pretty fun to play as well, just because they get so much passiveness to just making points and stuff like that. And France, I mean, France is pretty, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, out of the 4 civs that are in the finals, I think Teddy is kind of the hardest one to actually win a game with. Just because he doesn't really necessarily get any, like, none of his bonuses are great for winning the game. I guess having the combat strength on the home continent is nice early on. You could say that. Diplomatic policy slots are converted to wildcard slots, which whatever, because diplomatic, I usually always keep diplomatic. I never ever like, oh hey, I wish I had one less diplomatic so I could get another military one. That rarely happens. And then diplomatic favor, like who cares? Who cares? And then Mustang and Film Studios, like also, who cares? So late in the game. So in the scheme of things, yeah, I'd rather play as any of the other civs than Teddy. So, that plus also I abhor cheating. Like, I'm not like one of those people who are like, oh, you cheated in the game, how dare you? Although I do give my wife crap for cheating in The Sims. I know everyone cheats in The Sims, but I don't know. For me, cheating just kind of like ruins the fun in the game. And I know I talked about this many times. Also, La Rochelle might actually fall eventually. We shall see. But it just kind of ruins it for me. I would much rather I would rather lose a game fairly, especially when it comes to board games. And people always like team up on me. They always like, we ended up hanging out with some friends and playing some Jackbox Party. And like we were playing the newest Jackbox Party, which has that Mafia-like game. And basically everyone was like, Brian's the alien, Brian's the bad guy, when I wasn't. And I'm used to that, like, because I always know the rules. Anytime I ever played like Secret Hitler or any game like that, people always focused on me because I always have the logical brain that's like, hey, if we look at it like this, and this, and people are like, you're just manipulating everything, which means you're the bad guy, which, I mean, obviously, when I'm the bad guy, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. But, you know, I'm used to being targeted, and I would much rather lose the game fairly than, like, cheat my way into a victory. It's just personal. That's just kind of one of my agendas, I guess. I'm a rule follower. And that, you know, I've learned that's a personality quirk I have, where, like, my last boss was not a rule follower, and man, oh man, that, like, put us at odds so many different times, where it's like, the funny thing is, the one rule that I'm okay with kind of bending is, like, the speed limit. But for the most part, everything else, it's like, nah, I want to follow the rules. And so, you know, when people don't follow the rules, man, it kind of bugs me. So here's the funny thing. We got 3 turns left in La Rochelle. It's going to be close here. We are going to take a picture, but I think we got to pop it in here. Is anyone close to winning? Actually, hold up. Let's see if we can switch this real quick. Options, slow, just so we get a couple extra seconds. All right, so 298. By the way, I'm not knocking you if you don't follow the rules and blah, blah, blah. If you cheat in games, like, whatever. If you cheat in multiplayer games, nah, I hate you then, but like, as long as it's not the game I'm playing, I hope you get banned, though. But anyways, it's just, I understand it's my personality, and my personality is different than everyone. So, okay, 299. If they grabbed La Rochelle, that would be such a huge point swing. It's kind of disappointing for Teddy he didn't do it. What did Brazil end up with? 862, not bad. So Teddy's got a pretty commanding lead. We have seen these be up to like 2,000 though, I remember now. Now, we should actually wait for 301, because technically if we did 300 turns, we actually want to wait till 301. So as soon as that switches to 301, that's when we're going to go ahead and grab it. I don't think Teddy can take La Rochelle at this point. He doesn't have any melee troops close. If he bought... I mean, this tank actually... I just don't see it likely. He would have to basically one-hit the city with this tank. Also, you could totally see the shooting here. Wait, who are you shooting at? Oh, are you shooting at the bomber? Now, if the bomber would have hit La Rochelle and then he would have used his tank, maybe. Literally never watched that on slow before. This was a terrible idea going on slow, Brian. What are we doing? What are we doing? All right, hey, we hit 300. So India's going first. Absolutely destroyed. I think that was Teddy's tank. I have no idea at this point. I mean, I can't imagine Brazil has a modern AT. So he and Teddy basically got along the entire game. So we're waiting for Teddy to go. What happened to his tank? I don't know. I guess he moved it elsewhere? Or he just lost a whole bunch of production in the city. Well, that basically... Also, what are you doing? Oh, hitting the tank. Yeah, so that basically means Teddy's not going to be able to grab the city. Teddy is apparently going for the bomber, and apparently... Modern infantry actually shoots bombers, which I find a little odd. Cause, like, that's the one thing, if you're infantry, like, bombers just wreck your life. Alright, whatever. The missiles being shot. Don't think any nukes. Teddy got rewarded. Yeah. I don't... If you got points for winning an emergency, that would actually make things rather interesting. Oh, you went for the encampment, though, not that city. Not that you have any units here. Okay, please switch. All these bombers are really kind of bugging me. So we're gonna... You know, this is slow enough, we can just write it down. Seriously. So Teddy's gonna have a huge lead after round 1, which is fine. It doesn't really change the game. Okay, so 1992, 1369, and 879. So there you go. After round 1, France is at 165, Brazil's at 879, Gandhi is at 1369, and USA is at 1992. So France has a lot of space to work up, like they're 1,800 points behind, a little over. Gandhi, 500 points, 600 points, yeah, 600 points, and then Brazil's a little over 1,100. So, I mean, that's a lot of work. Teddy really had a good game. Not gonna lie, Teddy had a very good game. Now, the thing is, next round, we're gonna really wanna make sure, and I'll probably reload it a couple times, just to make sure that Teddy is not next to France, and India is not next to Brazil. We would like to see that switch up a little bit. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, show your support. Next episode, we will be back with round 2. So until then, later, everybody.